Primitive man. I have superior instincts to identify dangerous predators with just one glance. The modern man. If friend-shaped, then his friend. Pilots in 1990. No, I used slightly too much fuel while flying manually. Aviation pioneers. Ha, things are improving. I only crashed 3 times this month. This will inspire generations of artists to come. All they did was enslave, raid, and are women. Vikings are so cool. You can't keep a bear in the military camp. Okay, congrats, private. You earned yourself a promotion. Right. I'm more of a Porsche guy. Based. Same here. The Aztecs looking for the right spot to build their biggest city. Too hot, too easy, too rocky. Perfect. What do you mean they surrendered already? I'm still gonna try this bad boy out. 2 French kings died from accidentally hitting their head on a doorway. Wisdom teeth in 50,000 BC. Me have extra teeth, so me can chew through dead animal skin and tree bark. Modern wisdom teeth. My jaw hurts. I need a $2,000 surgery. A man named Robert Lane named his 2 sons Winner and Loser. Winner grew up to be a criminal, and Loser became a detective. Well, well, how the turntables. No, you can't just shoot me with a weapon that took you hours to train. I trained my whole life to be a knight. It is unchivalrous. Haha, gunpowder go bang. Humans evolving the ability to sweat. Hundreds of species evolutionizing for stamina. When you travel back in time to the 1940s, but everything is in color. Those guys lied to me. God created man. I made them eat. Richard, what the hell is that thing? Gatling gun. Average Roman physician. I am hurt. Please help me. Just pour some wine on the wound. Quickly, remove his intestines. Pour wine on them and then back in again. How would you even defeat this? Hey bro, look out. It's a grenade. Ancient Mesoamericans. Teosinte. I can fix her. Corn. Mission accomplished. This is how enemy aircrafts were detected before the invention of radars. Men 500 years ago. I've lost my left eye and 5 of my 9 sons in this decade-long war. Nevertheless, I must keep fighting. Men today. The McDonald's worker forgot my extra order of fries. Why do bad things always happen to me? You turn 18 and you get a card in the mail. It's to join the military. Melting ice in Antarctica reveals new uncharted island. The British Empire. Modern boys waking up. I don't want to wake up. Roman men waking up. Thanks Sol Invictus for waking me up. You're welcome, Amicus. How the hell did these natives manage to move such big rocks without any machines? Aliens. Business nowadays. Crypto go brrrr. Business in ancient times. I joined the army so I could sack cities. Let's ransom the emperor. Engineers then. I built roads, bridges, and miles of aqueducts with near perfect precision using ancient tools. Engineers now. Help, my bridge collapsed. Neptune versus Caligula. You can't declare war on one of your gods. Let me take some seashells as spoils of the sea. World War I pilots before they started putting guns in plane. An enemy pilot passing by, also with no guns. The earth is degenerating today. Bribery and corruption around. Children no longer obey their parents. Every man wants to write a book, and it is evident that the end of the world is fast approaching. Written in 2800 BC. It's so over. Some things don't change. How it looks to Ding Dong Ditch versus how it... Other nations. We've spent months trying to create the perfect helmet, and is both good to look at and it could protect our troops. Britain. Bowl. Ship captains in 2021. Roman mariners. A little storm. There is no way I can survive this. Guess I will die. Win a war. Lose a war. Win 2 world wars in a row. Lose 2 world wars in a row. Get nuked twice in a war. Lose a war in 30 minutes. Start a war because of football. It was better long ago, complains modern man, who imagines he would be a nobleman war hero. But most certainly it would be a poor peasant conscript on the receiving end of a gothic charge. 5-year-olds in the 1990s. Come along now, Timmy. I'm taking you to Chuck E. Cheese. But I wanted McDonald's. 5-year-olds in the 1500s. Come along now, Timmy. I'm taking you to see a man get flayed alive in the town square. Okay, mother. Watching people die was literally entertainment hundreds of years ago. Bruh. Cold War from 1947 to 1991. Missiles, race to space, assassins and spies. Cold War now. I'll ban your app. Modern politicians. Haha, you cheated on your wife. No, trust me, I didn't. Roman politicians. You cheated on your wife. Hades, yeah, it was great. What, they're proud of cheating? What? Vlad the Inhaler. 2022. This bad boy reaches 100 kilometers an hour in 8 seconds. OMG, so fast. 717 AD. Your Grace, I present to you liquid fire. You can burn your enemies from distance, even on water. You will be handsomely rewarded. Nobody. European heads of state in the early 20th century. Nostalgic person. I wish we could go back to the good old days. Literally every historian. Greek apologizes with huge horse. The nation of Greece said sorry to the European Union with a present of an enormous wooden horse. Oh, did somebody get addicted to drugs? The Coca-Cola company responding to complaints in 1891. Finally, some good historical accuracy. I haven't met my soulmate yet, but I'd like to think that's just because they're busy doing something really important. Glad my room is on to the left. For some reason, the right side of this hotel floor doesn't sound peaceful. Normal people with a time machine. I'm your great-grandson. No, you're not. Chad's with a time machine. We have a bigger one made of glass in Memphis, Tennessee. There's a Bass Pro shop inside. This Bass Pro shop must be a powerful king. Modern travels. We have a 5-hour flight ahead. This is unbearable. Medieval travels. It will take us half a year to get to the Holy Land. Let's go. Dynamite being used in warfare. Alfred Nobel, who just wanted to provide a safer alternative to black powder and help people make some cool tunnels. Gladiators in movies. I can't take it anymore. Just kill me. Gladiators in reality. I am well fed, semi-famous, and get plenty of women. After 3 years, I am free. Yeah, but most of them died from infections, even though the fights did stop after blood was drawn. Bruh. POV, you got struck by lightning. In modern day versus in ancient Greece. George Washington. Who are you? No time to explain. Just come with me. That's sick. I know, right? Some guy in ancient Greece pointing at a perfectly climbable mountain. There are gods up there. The rest of ancient Greece. Sick. No need to fact check that. What normal people learn from history. No one wins in a war. Everyone loses. What I learned from history. If you want soldiers to be fast as hell, give them this. Meth. Agriculture is great. The food is right next to you at all times. Our population is increasing. We live in houses now, and we have time to focus on things other than survival. Like art. Some unspecified time later. Agriculture is terrible. The food that's right next to you gets sick all the time. So not everyone is dying and sleeping with your family in the same room sucks. Royal Navy. Quality trained crew will bring us victory. French Navy. Stronger hulls will keep us in the fight longer. Spanish Navy. Mucho canyons equals mucho damage. War not supported by own country. Not paid well. Will get PTSD. Can't technically commit war crimes. Ancient soldier. Gets Roman citizenship. Is fed and paid well. Can choose land or 3,000 denarii after serving. May commit war crimes. When you sneeze next to the huge wooden horse you are guarding, and someone inside the horse says, is this bless you? And World War I generals, when they gain 5 meters of land after losing 10,000 soldiers. Ancient Greeks. Does something dishonorable. Poseidon. Can you survive the massive tsunami? Creating cool and unique names for your equipment to avoid confusion. Naming everything M1. Boy soldiers when enrolling. I'm going to go on an adventure. Also them 1 week later in the trenches. Mom, come pick me up. I'm scared. The Revolutionary War hero Marcus de Feuillée brought a huge trunk full of American soil back to France so that he could be buried in American soil in his home of Paris, France. Sir, why are you digging up dirt and putting it in a chest? Yes, American dirt. Yes, so natural and organic. Want to learn something sad? Sure. Things like the 80% of Leonardo da Vinci's greatest work, the most detailed history of Rome, and more are lost to history. Bro, this is a god. I know you see it. This is a shield, I know you see it. Imagine farting so good that the king gives you a 30-acre estate. Imagine someone farting so good that you're now reading about them 900 years later. Roland the Farter. Remember that time a Viking reenactor took down a drone with a spear at a medieval festival? They carved him into a commemorative runestone. Historians 1,000 years in the future. What the hell happened here? Gandhi came to London in 1888. Jack the Ripper started his killing spree in 1888. Gandhi returned to India in 1891. Jack's supposedly last murder was in 1891. Jack's identity was never found out. Jerry will be back soon with more disturbing facts. Grandparents in modern times. Grandson, I've made cookies. Come down before they get cold. Oh yeah, thanks grandma. In medieval ages. Grandfather, you have become far too incompetent for far too long. I am now the new emperor. Not if you are disinherited first. 7-year-long civil war breaks out. Alexander the Great has cities named after him. Simon Bolivar has a country named after him. Napoleon has wars named after him. Queen Victoria has an era named after her. Julius Caesar has a month and the title of king/emperor named after him. 6 without S is 9. I don't like knowing this. What thinking finding a king's tomb would be like. Whoa, is that a king's grave? We're gonna be in the history books. Actually finding a king's tomb. You're telling me there is a king of England buried here? Yes, I am certain about it. Can you imagine if Twitter existed in the 1800s? Abe Lincoln tweeting stuff like, wow, this place sucks, just shoot me. Too soon. He was shot in 1865. History teacher. Do not use Wikipedia as a source. Me. The history of Earth and the universe. Pilots who dropped Tsar bomb. So we will be out of the blast radius by the time it detonates, right? Soviet scientists. Perhaps. Napoleon planning out battles. Napoleon sending people who want independence to fight other people who want independence. Normal people with a time machine. I'm your great-grandson. No, you're not. Me with a time machine. Welcome to the Van Gogh Museum, Vincent. It's so beautiful. Can I get customer service help? Hi, Jesse. How can we help you? What dodgeball looked like versus what it felt like. These hot dogs are great. I'm so glad we have this hot dog stand in the center of the Pentagon courtyard. Greek army, only full of citizens who had to pay for their own equipment, had to rely on allies and mercenaries. Persian army, dependent on elite cavalry supplied by local satraps who probably want to overthrow you. Roman army, you are homeless? We don't care. Take 3 golden coins and a shield. Let's conquer. World history is basically just Europe, pulling a bunch of PP moves on the rest of the world. This song reminds me of the time I died in the Battle of Stalingrad. Colin Carpenter. You are not in no battles. The only battle you had was over your iPad getting taken away. British settlers in America, so in the mood, they sacrificed the integrity of their ships to get women. Shut up and take my iron. I want a goth girlfriend, and I want her now. Hi. Get scared. Please stop taxing us when we don't have a say in parliament. No. The American Revolution. Nature is humans' best friend. Nature will never hurt humans. People of Pompeii in 79 AD. Lies. Deception. Christmas in 1914. Christmas truce? Let's play football. 1915. Who would win? 3 German tanks, or a cook with 1 axe? A cook with 1 axe. Who would win? A political and cultural system based entirely on the dominance of heavy cavalry, or 100 pointy boys with a drum. This war is hell. If only it was like the wars of the past, where it was only about honor and short battles 1 century earlier. Today I lost 80% of my platoon, and I had no other choice but to eat my horse to survive. Some European guy drawing a border that will cause a decades-long conflict and kill millions of people. First assassination attempt on US president. Die, King Andrew. Wait, hold on a second. Die, King Andrew. Still doesn't work. Hehe, it's just a prank. He gets incarcerated. POV, you are a pet owner in the United Kingdom in 19... I don't get this. Britain in British history books. Britain in every other history book. What girls think guys want. What guys actually want. World domination by the Roman Empire. Van Gogh, Van Goghing, Van Gone. Based on a true story and also the movie. Look at my head. If those kids could see. Getting late to class. George Danzig copied from the Blackboard 2 problems thinking they were homework and solved them. They were actually 2 famous unsolved statistic problems, which earned him a PhD. Task failed successfully. Help, I accidentally invaded Poland. Germany, we will watch your career with great interest. 2020 versus the crisis of the 21st century. When you're trying your best to look good in a painting, but then you realize that you live in the 16th century, and people haven't figured out how to draw cats yet. I thought that was a fake one on the bottom left. They don't know I'm about to blast off. No, you can't just throw all my tea into the harbor. Haha, crates go sploosh. Roman historical figures English name. Freddy, their actual Roman name. Gallius Julius Caesar for Chungus. Other countries. We're losing coastline. No! The Netherlands. The ocean is swallowing up our land. Just make more. Times never change. This was the original Soy Jack and Ched. Rome versus chicken. Doesn't care about you, will always be there for you. Can be replaced by rebuilding. Not even the capital anymore. Capital of my heart. Falling apart. Can't fall apart. Caesar in Anatolia. Veni, Vidi, Vici. Caesar in Egypt. American Civil War general nicknames. Stonewall, Granny Lee, Uncle Billy, Old Bald Head. Liberian Civil War general nicknames. General Mosquito. General Butt Naked. Depressive realism. Then and now. I have the true feeling of myself only when I am unbearably unhappy. 21st century. When I'm messed up, that's the real me. We are the most iconic longtime enemies. Yes, at it again, man. I guess so. British colonies. The British are leaving your country. The British are leaving your country. Siege of Mazda. Haha, dumb Romans. They will never get up here. 1 year later. Keep on digging, boys. We will reach them in no time. 1337. Screw you, France. The throne of France is rightfully English. Screw you, England. The next 116 years. No, you. Year of the 3 prime ministers versus year of the 4 emperors. What is the Mason-Dixon line? The border between US and Canada. Luigi is a proud son of the South. When you're dressed to go to work and you decide to lay back down on your warm bed for a minute. When they insist on using BCE/CE instead of BC/AD. Oh right, the Common Era. The era that is common. The name chosen specifically for the era. That started around the event. History students in 2035. Highlighting all the major events in 2022. Thomas Grumpier German cousin. Gustav the Railgun. Invading Gauls. We are friendly. Please don't wake up the guards. The sacred geese. The Romans. Praise Jupiter. To honor this, we found a temple to Juno, to whom you geese are considered sacred. Looks cool, doesn't he? You fixed my garage door months ago. Leave me alone. But yes, what kind of unit is this? Roman auxiliary cavalry. 3,000 years in the future. The History Channel finds your room. What happened to our monuments? 223 BC versus 2023 AD. Can I borrow this shirt, Dad? Update 1500 patch notes. Brazil is now added. Mediterranean Empire. Mediterranean Empire. European soldier. Sir, we have conquered another city. What should we name it? Alexander. Name it Alexandria. Soldier. But sir, we've already named 60 other cities there. Brand recognition. Represent. Why is it when something happens, it is always you three? In 1795, a French cavalry unit surrounded the Dutch navy, which had been frozen into the ice near an island. The cavalry simply rode up to the Dutch ships and demanded they surrender. It was a rare defeat of a navy by cavalry. Okay, but did every kid have a certain historical time period that they were really into? Like, I was super into the California gold rush when I was 9 for no reason. How the Western Romans handled the Germanic tribes. They sacked Rome. No. How the Eastern Romans handled the Germanic tribes. Here's some money. Go sack the West instead. Okay. 550 BC. Sparta. Athens. We will destroy Athens and dominate all of the Greek Isles. No. The Delian League will remain on top. 1996 AD. Sparta. Athens. We should sign a peace treaty. Totally. How Germany was getting its tanks. World War I. I hate it here. We are garbage collectors in the middle of no man's land. We should get some nice job in the rear, but no, we are towing broken tanks. Ah, there it is. Rock, paper, scissors? Ja, sounds good. Deaths of modern monarchs. Dies. Second longest reign in history. No, the queen is dead. Long live the king. Death of monarchs during the time of troubles. I am Dmitri, son of Ivan the Terrible. I am ready to take my rightful throne. Fine with me. Welcome back, Dmitri. Has died 5 times by now. History documentary starter pack. With the latest technology. Intense music. Low budget reenactments. Must use the word uncover. Repeats same information throughout. Scanning random stuff. Know the difference. Mexico in movies versus medieval Europe in movies. Describe World War II. World War II was a global military conflict that lasted from 1939 to 1945. Emoji only please. Julius Caesar knife set. Paris, France versus Paris, Romania. They have a Paris in Romania? When England is blamed for the spread of colonialism. Spain and Portugal. Storm Bastille. They can't stop us all. Friday, July 14th, 1789. People. OMG, Pepsi almost had a military. Samsung, you had combat helicopters, fighter jets, tanks, and K9. 10 machine guns since the 80s. Samsung. Pathetic. Agriculture versus hunting. 1 crop gets stored. 1 crops aren't stored. 2 stored crops attracts rats. 2 rats aren't attracted by crops. 3 rats Okay, in conclusion, best system ever because we get to domesticate cats. But in hunting, worst system ever because we don't get to domesticate cats. No, that's not a dragon. It's clearly a wyvern. It only has 2 legs instead of 4. Don't you know anything about mythical creatures? Listen here, you bleeding geek. If it's a big flying lizard, it's a dragon. Being a pirate seems way cooler when you realize it's just a bunch of homies drunk driving these bad boys around the 7 seas. Me and the boys, after pooling all our money. The Mary. Best army and navy of its time. 1481. 70,000 men. 500 ships. A small island nation with an army of 3,000 led by knights. Statue of Liberty when it was made versus the Statue of Liberty now. I realized I downloaded some of these memes wrong and I'm very annoyed. According to Greek legend, there was a famous woman who managed to avoid a death sentence and arguing that it would be a crime against the gods to destroy something so beautiful. I love history. Role models though. Feels. Guy who's into history but isn't weird about it. Starter pack. Wait, are there like types of historians who judge other historians for knowing different types of history? Is this a thing? Knows about history from here. More interested in cultures and religions than warfare. Knowledge of history comes from books and museums instead of video games. I think we overdid it last night, Jim. When you wake up after a night of heavy drinking and your friends invite you out for a round 2. I love this. There are moments, internet, when you approach great art. This is one of them. When you love a song, but you listen to it a lot during a really bad time in your life, so it reminds you of bad times. What did Vincent say when he lost his car in the parking lot? Where did my van go? The correct pronunciation of goth is I've always been right. People say, oh my god, let's go. It's not. Well, actually, British people pronounce it goth, and American people pronounce it go. And unfortunately, wait, I've actually forgot this part of the name. Both are wrong. Vincent van Gogh is Dutch, so his name is actually pronounced Van Knock. So suck my